say hi? Ruby, don't you want to say hi? Hi. Alright, so that's the sound that they make.
There are tons of birds, kingfishers, flamingos, owls, but most of them are endangered by now because the human population is actually building the houses and they're breaking their habitat down. So most of the animals are dying because the people are breaking like the house down. They can't fly freely like they used to fly.
Welcome back to our channel, Nature Enthusiasts. Today we are taking you on a captivating journey through the botanical gardens in the beautiful city of George, South Africa. Join me as I explore the stunning flora and immerse ourselves in the sense of ambience of this natural wonderland. Let's dive right in. Very quiet and peaceful in here. This is just the kind of place that you would want to come to if you want to have a nice jog or a nice walk. So just the perfect natural scenery, just the perfect natural ambience. As we venture deeper into the gardens, you can't help but be mesmerized by the incredible variety of plants on display. The botanical gardens boast of over 200 different species, ranging from colorful wildflowers to towering ancient trees.
They are pushed more up the mountains, and when you are in the mountains, you have a more likelier idea to be captured by a wild animal. I was bitten by a tiger, and it is not.
You were?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I was in.
When did that happen?
That happened a few years back. I was at the
Was it here or somewhere else?
somewhere else. When you go like to wilderness,
Towards wilderness. Okay.
there is a place that they have tigers. Before they have any gate, like a wall over there, they had no. I went too close to the wire to take a photo. So then the tiger tried to attack me. So one of his teeth dug into my skin.
How old were you back then?
I can't remember, but I know I was attacked.
Are the Botanical mountains, right? And what are these things?
They are like almost like a fig.
Okay. Can they be eaten?
Yes, but there are some downside because they are infested with hornets.
Are they infested with hornets?
Yeah.
Are they? Which one?
They are infested with a little type of hornet. I forgot what's the name. But they lay their eggs inside those little pods.
Okay.
They're almost like figs.
Sometimes it's nice to simply sit back, relax, and enjoy the tranquility of the nature. The George Botanical Gardens offer numerous benches and picnic spots like this one. Visitors can unwind, have a picnic, or read a book amidst the enchanting greenery. I see some mushrooms growing in the distance. Not sure if they are. Okay, so this tree grows in water perhaps. Like you're in the middle of a forest, right?
But the cravings, you can also like go and see the wild birds and stuff like that over there.
Okay.
So if you go down there and you throw some food down there, then they will.
You'll probably see some fish. Yep, they look a rather evolved form of aloe vera, don't they? And of course, in this garden display, you can find over 100 different aloe hybrids and species that were generously donated to the Garden Route Botanical Garden by a guy called Gabriel Dednam, apparently. So Gabriel started collecting aloe in 1963 and became specially interested in making hybrids after his meeting with his fellow teacher who had a large aloe nursery. Our final stop on this journey is the captivating bird aviary. Step inside and you will find yourself surrounded by a variety of colorful and melodious bird species. It's truly a bird watcher's paradise.
They can't move it from left or right like we can. So our eyes are perfectly shaped in our little skull, but we can move it from left or right. They cannot. That's why owls can turn their head 270 degrees to 290 degrees all the way around.
Okay.
Not a 460, otherwise it will snap off, eh? Alright, now if you look at their ears, do you guys see their little ears?
Yes.
Do you guys think it's their actual ears? Ooh, some say no. Do you guys say yes? Do you guys say yes? Okay, well, I'm gonna say no. I agree. No is not their ears. These feathers are actually feathers they use to communicate with one another or to camouflage like a broken branch. Alright, their actual structure. Do you guys know a satellite dish? You know that round dish that you have that tracks all the signals, right? Pull that round dish. They also have this dish in their face, and that actually tracks up all the sounds and frequencies from the environment, so they can exactly pinpoint locate each and every sound by the exact distance. Okay, now I'm looking for a male. Jack. Talk to Jack. Get Jack's attention. Female. That was a male. So there's in between you can hear. Those are females. Females talk more. So females, and then males, they come in because remember they're smaller, they need to be gentle, they can lose their house at any moment, so they need to be soft and gentle, so they're going to reply with a
So she's responding to you.
yes. So she will respond yes because she's been with us for a very long time. The reason why she also responds is because she was unfortunately a human error. A lot of people would pick up these babies and they would try and raise them, and unfortunately
True that they can see at night but not in the morning.
they can actually see. You would actually be surprised how far they can actually see in daytime. So I mean, I had a owl that I fly, and there was a baboon about 5 kilometers away, and it actually spotted the baboon before I did. So, and it just sat there and it was just staring at the baboon in broad daylight. So it shows you that they do use their eyes much more for nighttime vision because it does help them a lot more. But at daytime, they don't have that far distance sight as what the diurnal raptors have, like your eagles and falcons and hawks. They have binocular vision, so they can see very, very far. These guys are called the Cape Eagle owls. Now look closely. There's no spots on their feathers. It's two stripes, black and brown. Where if you're spotted eagle owl, there's a black stripe with spots on the brown side. Where here you can see there's no really spots.
Is that a male and a female?
That's two males, sir.
Okay.
Two males, one of them being released and one staying with us for the next 20 to 15 years of his life. When they threaten, they'll change the tempo of their hoots. Alright, and sometimes there's a little sound that they'll have. Alright, so there's your sounds for this owl. It is larger in size, therefore not only does it hunt. This is my teenager. She doesn't really care. She stays up in her room all day, every day, even if the sun is nice out. Alright, do you guys see her?
Yes.
She's right up there in that little corner.
wants to come out. Looks like it's trying to say something.
Yeah, actually I'm thinking he's trying to.
So there are many owls in this cage, but this is the only one sticking its neck out.
That's an eagle. Eagle.
How you doing? Are you sunbathing? Alright, so this is easy. Out of his nest. A lot of people do steal raptors out of their nest in order to sell them as pets. These animals as pets. Dusty was unfortunately one of those animals. But luckily, the guy who had her for only about a month or two realized that she was too noisy for him. There's actually a reason why they howl. So, when they started, stuff anything. Usually my girl does show off, but looks like she's sleeping. Let's look at her face. I'm gonna wake her up. You guys can see her face is pinkish in color. They can change the coloration of their face depending on how they feel. Usually when they are excited, they can change the coloration of their face, especially. That is because these birds hunt the same way. So in the North American desert, let's quickly think we are in a desert, all right? You are a mouse. Okay, you're going to be a mouse. Now, your thing is, you can't look up because the sun is too bright. You can only look at the floor. Now, the only way that you'll know there's a predator, like a raptor or one of these guys, is obviously if you see the shadow moving, right? If you see the hawk on the shadow, all right? Because it's like a mirror reflection. And you'll be able to go and hide. But let's say this, you can't see them on a cactus. So on a cactus, these animals would be perched on a cactus. They don't fly around, they sit on a cactus. And 2 to 3 males would actually backstack on top of the female. And this is what created that Native American totem idea. So as they are on top of each other, you are going to think this cactus shadow is just a cactus. But instead, it's been occupied by raptors, but you can't see them because if you look up, the sun is too bright, you can't see detail. So when you run past freely, these guys, especially the males, they slip off from the female.
Is this the biggest bird you were talking about?
Yes, this is our biggest bird that we have in the park, but your biggest bird in Africa would be your martial eagle, breek op arend in Afrikaans. Your second largest in Africa is your crown eagle, and it's actually a threatened species. So the crown eagle is a very protected species here in Africa. It is your second largest, and it's actually strong enough to break a full-grown male's arm in half like a twig.
Oh.
Not to mention, this bird can also do it, but it's not your most powerful eagle. Your most powerful eagle is your crown eagle, which is your second largest eagle in Africa. That is a true eagle, where Grant is a non-true eagle, because look, his pants is not going all the way to his feet. Alright, you see his feet is still open. Alright, cool. Now, what I like about this particular eagle is that he's not so unpredictable. He can actually change the coloration of his feet depending on his mood. So the angrier he is, the redder his feet will become. So right now I can say that he is enjoying himself. He's in a very calm mood because it's nice and sunny, it's hot. When it's winter here in George, he kind of hates it. So then he's completely red, meaning that he's aggressive. Okay, so another thing, the reason why me and Grant can get along with one another is because Grant was kept as a pet, as a baby, and was part of illegal pet trading. And unfortunately, Grant doesn't understand that he is a bird. He thinks he's a human. He's been sold and bought over so many times throughout his life to different types of people that he actually started hating people. So yeah, we have a little bit of a close bond, we would say, because he actually feels for once that he's being accepted. He is now almost 20 years old. You're basically almost my age, eh? Yeah, I think you are, but I don't know. Alright, so this oil can also cause them to die of hypothermia because this is an oil slick layer over their feathers that they can't get off. They can't temperature regulate their body temperature, causing them to die of heat.
So you're saying don't stroke the feather of birds?
Don't touch or stroke wild animals in general. Parrots are actually bred in captivity in order to be touched and to be played with. they actually mutated over or evoluted into ways to adapt to their new surroundings, being in captivity. These animals are not meant to be in captivity. They are not bred to be in captivity. These guys are wild animals. Their wild instinct is to attack you and harm you. So even though me and Grant, we might have a close bond, the chances of him just snapping on me is still there. He can still go for me if he wanted to. So that's why we don't really want to interact with their feathers. We damage it, we can kill them, and we can injure them. You'll see that I usually go with the beaks and with the feet. That's usually where I want to be. I don't really want to be anywhere where the feathers are. This is Salem. This is actually, you guys see the beak, how skew it is? This is the long-term effect that we have on these animals, keeping them as pets. This bird is 27 years old. She's been kept as a pet. She's been fed dog food, not really motivated to sharpen her.
So I was listening to you all the while, and I think you have such a deep insight into everything that is related to birds.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you could have spoken much more had we not been
yes.
time constrained. So how did you build up this repertoire of knowledge?
So obviously you can go and you can go study these animals. I wouldn't recommend go study on websites or Google in general, because Google, you know, everyone uses it for everything. But being hands-on experience in this field helps a lot. So we actually do give volunteers or volunteering programs to people in the community, for children as well, to come and explore those environments and learn about these animals. So we actually have a whole collection of bird books there.
Right.
So we actually get all our knowledge from our bird books. So our Robert Bird book is actually a very good book that we do use. It's the big blue one.
Okay, the big
The
blue one, this
Sussel
one.
books we also do use. Yeah, it's just a nice collection of books that we use to identify birds, seed-eating birds, insect eaters, omnivores, and just raptors in general, understanding how they work. Observation is actually key in this area. You can't just expect to help something if you do not understand it. Yes.
Right. All right. Thank you so much.